Guys, it's Epic Underworlds. I make homemade trading card games on this YouTube channel, and I want to talk about art in homemade trading card games and art tips. So I'll be talking about art and giving you guys some tips on how to make better trading card game art. Because to be honest, when I first got into card games, I started making art like this. And through just making a bunch of different card games, I have progressed into art that is like this. So I'm convinced that anyone watching this video can improve their art immensely from card games, and that you should continue even if your art isn't so good right now. It is also something to be said about showing your art when it's developing. Because back when I was first getting into card games, I saw this trading card game channel called Rune TCG. You might look at the art and say, that's not amazing. That's childish art. But seeing that as a child, I was like, if someone can make a card game with this level of art that was close to my level at the time, then shoot, maybe I should try doing this too. And because of that, seeing card games on different levels of competence or art level inspired me so much. Because if I would have only just saw Magic the Gathering when I was just starting out, I would be like, I could never do that. That's too much. No. Seeing card games on different levels, just starting out at your level, inspires you to kind of grow and continue on that journey. If you're just starting out, look at other card games that are kind of around your skill level and just allow that to give you confidence, knowing that more people like your art level are making card games. I mean, I've seen card games with stick figures. I've seen card games with literal just blob people. And they've been really fun because the gameplay is fun, the creator's passionate, and their characters and arts grow. It's a journey. It's not just, this is my finished card game. I've made so many different card games growing up till now, and the art has gotten so much better, and I've had really a lot of fun doing that. So don't see it as this is going to be the best card game I'm ever going to make. See it as a journey to making the best card game you're going to make, because your art will just get better. If you make, because the best thing about card games is you're making so many different artworks. Each one is a canvas, and once you make so many different canvases, you get better a lot quicker than, let's say, a normal artist doing giant paintings would, because they have to make one piece of art. You can make so many, and you can have so many different ideas, and you progress a lot quicker, at least I have noticed. So making a bunch of different micro canvases will allow you to improve so much faster. So that's rule number one. Don't get discouraged if someone has better art than you. Make it, show it to the world. You'll inspire people at that level. Don't be discouraged if you have bad art. You will get better. And when you're demotivated to make art, I mean, I make art every day. And there's days when I really do not want to make it. I hate doing art that day, but I still make it because it's building a habit of doing it. Now, after making art every day for 30 days since I've come to college, I literally can't go a day without making art. It's become a habit. And because of that, I've made so many different pieces, and I've improved so much. So it's also consistency. So not having fear to make a TCG, but also having consistency. And when you're making art and you just don't feel motivated, you're like, oh, I should probably be doing something else because the art that I'm going to make right now is just going to be so bad because I'm demotivated. If you fight through that, because I've noticed this, if you fight through that and you still make art, you will eventually get into a flow state because your brain realizes that you're not going to stop. You're going to keep making art. And those are like honestly how I get into flow state when I make art. I just tell myself, I'm going to make art for like 3 hours. I'm not going to stop. And because of that, I eventually get over that initial slump and I make some of the best arts ever because I'm in that flow state. So sometimes it takes like an art or two to get in there, but once you're in there, you can make really good art and you'll stick with it. So if you only make art when you like to, you know, you won't progress as fast as someone who's making art even if they don't want to, making it every day. You'll get so much better if you do that. So I recommend, like with any of my videos, like I always say this, get out a sketchbook and write down these tips. Number one, make art even when you don't want to. Number two, make it even if you're scared to, and show it on YouTube. Because, I mean, if I wouldn't have shown like art like this on YouTube, no one would have seen my progression. They just thought I would have been, like, if they only saw this, they would like, okay, you're just born with that talent. I can't do this. When in the reality, I started with this level of art, and it shows people that they can do it too. Because people like to see others progress, because it makes them think that they can go on that journey too. So having those different tiers of card games like Magic, we got Wrath of Kors in the community, we have Chaos Galaxy in the community, all these other card games not made by me, but made by others, inspired different, like this card game by Seth might inspire kids to make a card. This card game might inspire slightly more advanced people to make card game, because It's more, Chaos Galaxy went to art school. He has pretty good proportions. He's got 3D, good. Wrath of Kors might inspire colored pencil artists like me. So we need all these different types of card games. We can't just have Magic, because Magic is like really good art and it's digital. We also have to have hand-drawn games that inspire hand-drawn creators. All these different card games inspire all these different people. So find like a toolbox of all your favorite card games and see why you like them. Like when I was creating my card game, I was like, why do I like Wrath of Kors? I like it because it's colored pencil. Why do I like Chaos Galaxy? Because the concepts are simple. Oh, shoot, that actually leads into the next really good tip. So I know Chaos Galaxy has talked about this on his channel, but make your arts simple. People love simplicity. If they see something that's simple, they can understand it right away and they like it. If something is too complicated, it is a lot harder for people to like and appreciate it. So, especially for like kids too, if you want to make an appealing card game, have simple card composition. Make like one main focus of the card. For Mobion, this game was super popular in the homemade trading card game community because it was super simple to learn, super simple to play, and super simple to understand. If you want to get a popular card game, make it simple, because everyone plays Magic because it's been around, it's complicated, but it's complicated because it's popular. Like, because it's popular, people can handle the complicated aspects. But if you're having a card game that's just a small community and you want to attract people, make it simple. If you make a complicated card game, no one's going to join it because they'd rather just play Magic that's popular. You have to have a different appeal that's simple and easy to get into, because you want people to pay attention to your card game, so making the art simpler too is going to help. And the thing about artists is they really make mundane things new again. So that's why I like collecting card games. I see ideas that I've never seen before new again. For example, if you're walking by a street and you see a tree every day, that tree becomes mundane. You kind of just tune it out. But if you see a painting by Van Gogh that makes that tree a different style, you see it new again. It's new. It's exciting. That's basically what art does. It makes the world new again. That's why Van Gogh's so popular, and the Impressionists. They turned the world new and unknown again for you to discover, kind of like when you were a kid and everything was new. That's why art is so exciting. That's why people love it so much. Same thing with card games. If someone is making, let's say, a fireball, or like a fireball card, everyone makes a fireball card. It's like the most traditional card everyone makes in every set of their card games. But when you make it in a different style, like I made this a meatball instead of a fireball, it's new, it's exciting. People like card games that are different. They don't want something that is classic. I mean, yes, it's easy to get into if it's common, everyone knows about it. But if you have something that is completely new, it's like Frank Ocean's music when it first came out. Yes, it's hard to get into, but once you get into and get past the unknown part of it, you realize that, oh, this is new and exciting, and don't be afraid to try new things with your card games. Because yes, it'll be unpopular at first because people don't know what the heck it is, but if you explain it with clarity, people are going to like it if it's new and unique. You just have to be able to communicate what it is. For my new game, Perpetual Cosmos, the game alone isn't going to be that popular, but if I explain, oh, it's inspired by beauty, this is my message, just making that clear to the person, to your fans, is going to help them understand it and get into it way easier. So make your game approachable by explaining it. I see so many card games that give you like this card game and they expect you to just go into the lore to learn the game and do all this work on your part. Fans want something that is easy to get into, that is approachable. So try to simplify everything you do in card games, and people will be able to approach that right away. Like, my message on my channel is to help you guys make card games, and make card games that are different. That's my message. That's pretty much it. If it's any more than that, people might get bored of it. It's too complicated. That's basically it. I make card games and help you guys make unique card games. That's everything that is, and that's why people can approach my channel who are just completely new, because they can realize what my message is in 5 seconds. So that's kind of getting away from art. That's more like channel branding, but you can add that into your card game too. Like if you have a whole lore story for your cards, like Chaos Galaxy has a story in his card game. If you can summarize that story in like 1 sentence as the theme, then you are good to go. It's an approachable story. And when you're making your cards, don't be afraid to go into the unknown, because when I was making this card game, Perpetual Cosmos, I don't know why I wanted to draw a wheat field with a dude just standing in there, but I ended up drawing it because you know, I thought it was something cool, and then this ended up being one of my favorite cards. The cards that I like get too inspired by other creators for, like if I'm referencing, like copying a reference photo onto a card, I just don't like that art because it's not new, it's not exciting, it's not something that I have created from my vision. Like, the best thing about card games is there's so many different arts that you can do to make your vision, and if you just make those arts and don't expect them to be perfect or set up to the standard of the community, like most people are doing fantasy card games. If you just draw art that you just enjoy and that you think is cool, that's creating your vision, because it's making arts that are for you. People don't want to get into your card game if it's like everyone else's card game. They want to see something that's new and unique. So try to create a vision for your card game. In Perpetual Cosmos, the game was focusing on beauty and like a new world. It was focusing on these different characters that are just from this strange land. It's so exciting because you're creating your own world that you really like and sharing that with everyone for them to explore. That's an amazing part of card games. Another tip is to spend more time on each art. If you take anything out of this video, the best way I have improved on my art is by just spending more time on each piece, not rushing it. It's really easy to say I'm going to make a 100 card set and just fly through it, but your art won't get better. Saying I'm going to spend time, quality time, slow down, and focus on each card as an individual card, not as like a set, will make your art so much better. Because when I started this card game, Perpetual Cosmos, I could have been like, okay, I got to get 100 cards done, I'm just going to fly through this art, I'm just going to draw it how I've always drawn it. But no, I tried to put it in a different position, I tried different shading. Each card is like a new practice canvas, and you get to progress so much quicker if you just spend more time on your art. So yes, it'll take more time, but who's rushing you? You shouldn't be in a rush to make your card game. I mean, yeah, it might take a year, it might take 2 years, it might take 5 years, but you're going to have a game that you really enjoy. Whereas if you make a game and you fly through it and no one likes it, then you're not left with something you like. But if you make a game that you really enjoy and it's not successful, at least you have something that you enjoy and that you really are proud of. So those are some of the tips I wanted to talk about. No, if you're just getting into this, the art doesn't matter too much. You will get better. Eventually you'll have a really amazing style if you just stick with it, be consistent, make art when you don't want to, just stick with it, and eventually you'll have art you're really proud of. And the one thing about me is everyone always says that, oh, this art is so terrible, I could do better. Yes, you can always do better, but you have to realize that us as humans, we can't make exactly what we see in our heads. Unless we're like Kim Jong-gi, who can draw from his imagination. Most of us can't do that. So we have to accept the art that we can make and be proud of it. Because if we're not proud of our art, then we're not going to be motivated to make more. So realize that, yes, this is good art. Like, I'm proud of this game because I spent a lot of time on it. And yeah, some cards aren't as good as they could be, but it's still really good art. And if you stick with that mindset, you will continue with your card game, and when you do make better art, you'll be like, oh cool, I am progressing. But you won't be discouraged if you make lesser art or fail on some pieces, because for every good card that I make, I usually have like one flop, one art that just isn't as good as it could be. But that's okay, and sometimes it takes a few failures to make a really good card game. So it's a journey. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you got some tips out of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.